Cornwall has so many assets, and not just assets for tourists. We all enjoy them, and obviously the largest and one of the biggest is our coast. It's over 433 miles, over 600 kilometres. It's about 400 beaches and coves, amazing coastal path all the way around. But it's not just about looking at the coast. It's about what we do in the water and play in the water. And many of us live on the water, from sailing to surfing, stand-up paddle boarding, even these new foiling catamarans and stuff. That really gets exciting stuff. But I'm joined here now with Hetty from Koru Kayaking. And actually, I think you do kayaking from not only the coast, but also our wonderful estuaries. So what inspired you and Tom to set up Koru Kayaking?
Well, back in 2011, we went to New Zealand and we were blown away with what we saw there. Volcanoes, dolphins, wildlife. And we really, when we came home in 2012, we got a kayak and went out along the coastline, the Snagness coastline. We'd seen the red rocks on the way to Perranporth, and we wanted to explore more. And we were joined by lots of Atlantic grey seals. And we ended up kayaking through an archway and suddenly saw this walled cavern, a bit like the beach, Leonardo DiCaprio's beach, and we were like, wow, we've got to share this. And so we set up Koru Kayaking, which is why it's called Koru, because it's in New Zealand. It means peace, strength and new beginnings. And we feel that every adventure is a new beginning. It's very peaceful on the water. And yeah, so it's an amazing thing to do. The sea can be quite exciting. So we do have an option on the estuary as well, which is actually stunning as well. We found out recently there's temperate rainforest on Frenchman's Creek. There's always something new. And you can see the Earth's tectonic plates came together, and there's some magna and serpentine on the lizard, which we can see. And every year we find new things. So it's quite amazing. It was millions of years these things happened. On the north coast, when we kayak along there, we've got the volcanic activity led to copper and iron, which we obviously mined a lot here in Cornwall, and it's carved out these amazing caves and archways which we kayak along. So Tom and I have seen basking sharks, we've seen dolphins, we've seen sunfish, and we had no idea this was in Cornwall. But as soon as you get out of the beach and kayak along the coastline where humans aren't, that's where the wildlife is.
Brilliant. How do you cope with this sort of quite variable weather we can have in the UK?
Yeah, it can be quite variable. We have got two coasts, which has actually been really helpful. We work alongside the Bew.Feen Hotel, and we launch from their foreshore there. And it does give us a lot of protection, that creek, Port Navis Creek, and being able to get out on the river. On the north coast, of course, it's the Atlantic. It can be quite wild, but we give people other options. So what we found was we've started a boat business over on the Helford. We've started stand-up paddleboarding over there, and we've also explored the Helford, which gives us two very different temperate rainforests, but also these lovely natural sea caves. So people coming out on the north coast that sometimes can't because of the sea conditions can be offered a similar experience on the river. But then recently we've had to cancel a couple of days, but people understand, and we've been able to just add on extra tours when the weather's allowed.
And finally, there must be so many memories, particularly for the guests. Do they come to mind that you particularly remember?
Yeah, there were a couple actually. On the north coast out of St Agnes, we saw basking sharks, and it was quite an amazing experience. The black fins, and they were swimming along. I was a bit too scared to go on my own, so I had to go with Tom. But massive muscle that could flip me over, but absolutely incredible. And David Attenborough was talking in my head at the time. And then on the south coast, one memorable, stressed out family. No trouble finding, getting there and everything, and they had got them wetsuited up. We kayaked out down Frenchman's Creek, and suddenly I picked up some seaweed, and the children's faces came to life. The mums and dads started smiling, and everybody was happy, just popping seaweed.
Sometimes the simple things in life are equally important in making those memories. Yeah. Thanks very much, Hetty, and look forward to another great season for you.
Thank you.